This is CIE Paper 2 Further Pure Mathematics 2. And this is the most recent paper, October-November 2025, variant 24. Now, the idea of number 4 is to use rectangles to estimate the area under the curve over the interval 0 to 1. Here we divided the interval into n equal rectangles. Each rectangle has a width of 1 over n. And since the function is increasing on 0, 1, these rectangles lie above the curve. So we are using right endpoints. Therefore, the total area of the rectangles gives an overestimate of the area under the curve. Now let's form the sum of the areas of the rectangles. We'll start by making a small table that makes everything clear. So we put x, which is the right endpoint of the rectangle, y, which is the function that we have, the area, which is the length times the width of the rectangle, and we will compare it with the area under the curve. So we will use the right endpoints for the values of x. If you notice here, there's an extra area above the curve. And this is the idea of overestimate. Now, the first value of x is 1 over n, and this is the first right endpoint touching the curve. Now substitute x in the equation we have to get y equal half 3 to the power 1 over n. The area of the first rectangle, its length times width. And be careful here that the width of the rectangle is 1 over n and not the value of x. And since the rectangles lie above the curve, so their area is greater than the area under the curve from 0 to 1 over n. Now for x equals 2 over n, substitute y equal half 3 to the power 2 over n. The area of the rectangle is still 1 over n, which is the width of the rectangle, times half 3 to the power 2 over n. And this area is greater than the area under the curve from 1 over n to 2 over n. And this is the second rectangle. Now we continue the process until we reach the last rectangle, with last right endpoint touching the curve is n over n, which is 1. But if you keep it as n over n, it's going to keep the pattern. So here y equal half 3 to the power n over n. And then the area is 1 over n times half 3 to the power n over n, which is greater than the area under the curve from n minus 1 over n to n over n. Now we'll add them up. So we'll add the areas of the rectangles and compare with the area under the curve. I'm going to factor 1 over n out, and then 1 over n into half 3 to the power 1 over n plus half 3 to the power 2 over n, etc. into half times 3 to the power n over n. And this is greater than the area under the curve from 0 to 1. Now, I take 2 out, so I have 1 over 2n into 3 to the power 1 over n plus 3 to the power 2 over n plus 3 to the power n over n. And this is greater than the whole area under the curve from 0 to 1. Now, if you notice here, there's a pattern. This is a finite geometric series with n terms, and first term is 3 to the power 1 over n, and the common ratio is 3 to the power 1 over n. So the summation of these terms from 1 to n is equal to the first term common ratio raised to the power of n minus 1 over common ratio minus 1. We are going to apply this rule. So 1 over 2n into, applying the rule, the first term here is 3 to the power 1 over n. and the common ratio is 3 to the power 1 over n raised to the power of n minus 1 over 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. This is greater than the whole area under the curve from 0 to 1. Now I will flip the inequality, so the area under the curve from 0 to 1 is less than 1 over 2n into, let's simplify here, 3 1 over n into 3 minus 1 over 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. So the integral from 0 to 1 of half 3x dx is less than 1 over 2n into 3 to the power 1 over n times 2 over 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. Cancel 2 and 2. And then the integral from 0 to 1 of half 3x dx is less than 3 to the power 1 over n into 3 1 over n minus 1. And this is our upper bound, un. Let's distribute the marks now. There's an accuracy mark for the answer given here. There's a method mark for applying the rule for geometric series. There's an accuracy mark to form the sum of the areas of the rectangles, and a method mark to show at least the 3 terms, including the first and the last, and the common ratio 3 1 over n. Pay attention here. If you miss the addition sign, you will lose the accuracy mark. In part B, we need to use a similar method to find, in terms of n, a lower bound, Ln, for the area under the curve. So let's analyze here. Now the rectangles will be under the curve, and since y is increasing on 0 to 1, the left end points give an underestimate of the area under the curve. Now let's look at the graph and let's try to form the rectangles under the curve. Since the rectangles are below the curve, so we have missing area, and that's why the areas of the rectangles will give us underestimate for the area under the curve. Now, x values are the left end points of each rectangle that's touching the curve. We will do this table now that helps us organizing our work. So the first left end point touching the curve is 0, and then y is equal to half 3 to the power 0 over n. Keep 3 to the power 0 over n to see the pattern properly. The area of the rectangle is width times length. Remember that the width is 1 over n, and the length is the y value, which is half 3 to the power 0 over n. And this is less than the area under the curve from 0 to 1 over n. For the second rectangle, x is equal to 1 over n, y is half 3 to the power 1 over n, and the area of this rectangle is 1 over n times half 3 to the power 1 over n. And this area is less than the area under the curve from 1 over n to 2 over n. Continue the process until you reach the last rectangle, and the last left end point touching the curve is n minus 1. So x is n minus 1 over n. Y is equal to half 3 to the power n minus 1 over n, and the area is width times length, which is less than the area under the curve from n minus 1 over n to n over n. Now let's add them up. 1 over 2n appears in all the terms, so factor it out, and then inside I have 3 to the power 0 over n plus 3 to the power 1 over n plus 3 to the power n minus 1 over n. And this is less than the area under the curve from 0 to 1. If you notice here, I have a pattern. This is a geometric series with n terms, with the first term equals to 1, and the common ratio is 3 to the power 1 over n. So we will apply the same rule as before, 1 over 2n into first term common ratio to the power of n minus 1 over r minus 1. This is equal 1 over 2n into 1 times 3 to the power n over n minus 1 over 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. This is equal 1 over 2n into 3 minus 1 over 3 1 over n minus 1, which is equal to 1 over n into 3 1 over n minus 1. And this is our lower bound, which is less than the area under the whole curve from 0 to 1. Now let's distribute the marks. There's an accuracy mark for the answer, a method mark to apply the geometric series rule. There's an accuracy mark to form the sum of the areas of the rectangles. And there's a method mark for mentioning at least 3 terms, including the first and the last one. And this can be seen when you add the areas of the rectangles. In part C, we need to show that the limit as n goes to infinity of the upper bound minus the lower bound is equal to 0. I'll start by simplifying un minus ln, and this is equal to 3 to the power 1 over n into 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. This is my upper bound. And the lower bound is 1 over n into 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1. Simplifying this expression gives me 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1 at the top and n into 3 to the power 1 over n minus 1 at the bottom. Cancel like terms, and then I get 1 over n. So the limit as n goes to infinity for upper bound minus lower bound is equal to the limit as n goes to infinity of 1 over n, and this goes to 0. Proved. There's an accuracy mark showing the answer, and then there's a method mark for simplifying the expressions.